This is our TOK presentation by Shivani Desai and Julia Ho, where we will discuss ethical judgments.
Began as a normal night with me, Julia Ho, and the rest of my family all sound asleep. The next morning, my family woke up like it was an ordinary day. Little did I know that our property had been vandalized. Later in the morning, my mom walked outside and saw that our house had been egged. She frantically called us outside, hoping that one of us would have an explanation for this event. All of our faces, however, were covered in surprise and shock. Then we were all a little bit confused and wondered who would have done this to us. Later, my brother noticed that these were not real eggs. It looked like someone had tried to make it look like it was an egg filled with blood, since there was fake blood in the eggs. There was red dripping down the front of my house and in the shells of the eggs. We also knew that the eggs were fake, since there were little scraps of newspaper inside the eggs. This just made my family flat out scared, because who would have pretended to have bloody eggs? This egging was especially harder to wash out since the red stained the walls of our house and the eggs were hit on the second floor of the house, making it harder to reach and clean up. However, we decided not to do anything about it because it was just a jokester pulling a prank. A few weeks later. However, our egging dilemma did not end there. My family went outside on another morning and saw that we had been egged again, except this time my brother's car became the victim. This time we were hit with actual eggs, and boy did it smell. We could see the eggshells sliding down the car doors. Again, my entire family was shocked that we were egged again. This time my family felt feelings of anger since this was our second time within just a few weeks. We were also extra angry since the egg's odor was revolting and the yolk was caked onto the car and would not wash off. We ended up having to use our fingernails to pick out the remains of the eggs on the car. I'm pretty sure the stench lasted on the car for a good week or so. After that, my father just about had it with the property damage and decided to install security cameras all over the perimeter of our house so we could catch any future pranksters. However, we never ended up being vandalized again, which is good. Looks like the security cameras scared everyone away. This real-life situation leads to the knowledge question. To what extent are our ethical judgments influenced by emotion? In this situation, my family and I were super angry and worried. These emotions created the judgment to install security cameras. The emotions of anger and concern and confusion were aroused, because this event happened not once, but twice. Because of these feelings, my family installed cameras so we could catch whoever did this just in case they came to egg us again. That way, we would never re-feel those emotions of being terrified again. These cameras would just help us stop them from damaging our property again. Clearly, emotions played a role in my family's ethical judgments. If my family and I had no emotional feelings in response to the two egging situations, then we would have easily just let it go and called it a silly little prank. Instead, our feelings led us to feel angry and a bit unsafe, so we installed cameras to make sure that property damage would not occur again. In other words, our emotions of feeling scared and angry led us to make an ethical judgment and decided to install security cameras. Before we discuss any further, let's define a few important terms that will help us better understand how emotion influences our ethical judgments when making decisions. So what is ethical judgment? It is the moral decision made by a person in a dilemma. And what is emotion? It is a natural instinctive state of mind deriving from one's circumstances, mood, or relationship with others. Emotion can impact our ethical judgments. There is often a controversy on whether emotions can help one make more rational or more irrational ethical judgments when it comes to making decisions. Emotions can often cloud our reality and make it unreliable, as we would make more irrational judgments. On the other hand, emotions can also make the situations we face more clear and allow us to make more rational ethical judgments as a response. Overall, the degree of emotion that is involved in our ethical judgments can determine how much emotion influences our ethical judgments. When we are filled with stronger emotions, for example, we have stronger reactions when making ethical judgments.